And we are live.
And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Texas. I'm actually in Texas now
Look at
for
that.
the first time streaming from location here. Let me just, I need
Awesome, man.
to, all right, my life. All right.
January 9th, Tuesday. And did
I
you see
need
the
to,
pumps yesterday?
oh man, who could miss the pumps yesterday?
Fun day
I
on the
mean, that
markets
was
there. Are we live on
beautiful.
Instagram?
We are, and here we go. Mute tab. It wasn't giving me my thing. Okay, there we go.
And
Yes,
we're
we're
on the
live on
Smart
Instagram.
Money
I just saw
TV
your
network.
friend Margaret Gonzalez joined us as well. Hey, Margaret.
Nice.
Yes. So yeah, they blew up the building right next to here. So I'm on my way in. Nice background, David. I'm
Frozen.
I'm on my. We're both have different backgrounds. So I'm on my way in, and they blow up, or it's a gas leak. They say it's a gas leak. We have a gas leak at the
Oh, wow.
Sandman Hotel or something right across the way, like literally a half a block from the hotel where I'm at.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, so we're coming in. I said, well, is it my hotel? And he says, no, I don't think it's your hotel. I said, okay, all right, because the guy picks me up. So we're on the way in, man, and we're like, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is the hotel. And
Yeah.
literally, I'm walking, I check in, and they give me a room where I can see everything. And so they gave me one of the nice corner rooms where I can see everything going on downstairs. They're interviewing people. It said it was a gas leak. And then last thing I saw before I went to sleep, it is 5 a.m. over here, was that they had a suspect for the gas leak. I guess.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not sure how that works. We got a suspect for the gas leak. We have tunnels underneath the synagogues in New York City. They busted them last night. Did you see that?
I did. Oh, my gosh.
And we got some guy. I don't know what his name was, so I won't offend anybody.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, who's we may have just had a terrorist attack in Houston, or in Dallas rather, and Joe Biden is supposed to be here. He was supposed to be
Sleepy
coming here
Joe?
today. So pretty crazy, huh? It's
Wow.
heating up, guys. Not a better time to make sure you know what's going on with your money. Thanks for joining us. Impact Live Money in the Morning. You can see I have a different background here. I guess you can't make it out very well. It's a nice little bar. I thought it'd be a nice background. I also
Nice little bar. That's better than a boring kitchen.
right? Not that. I said I needed an upgrade. Like, okay,
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. No, actually, I got a hats off to Jared Arms. Well, I have a very special guest that's going to join us as well in about 30 minutes or so or less.
Uh-huh.
We're going to talk about some really cool stuff that I have been teasing. For a while.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, because at times like this, when they're building tunnels under synagogues and blowing up buildings, you need cash, you need crypto, and you need gold and silver. You need precious metals, right?
Absolutely.
The world is going nuts, David.
It is, man. There's never a dull moment, is there?
There is never a dull moment. So how is it over there in Dublin?
Well, they want to stay on the headlines as well. Of course, they brought all these people that don't love the country, and they're seeing the issues there. And when you have people living with you that don't love what you've built or your family's built, it's eventually going to have a moment where you have an argument, and that's where Dublin is. But they're staying in the headlines because of that, unfortunately. I like to push the good aspects of it, but mainstream media news is gonna narrate you into chaos.
that is the thing. I mean, it's like I always say, when you break it down, we all really want the same things. We want a family, we want prosperity, and we want to be able to leave something for our future generations. And so across all people, all everything, you and I, we've been around the world together. That's what people want. These are the natural human desires. And so we can focus on that and move things forward together, or we can focus on the other stuff, and we're probably not going to be very happy. So we should focus on what we have in common, and focus on the good in everybody, even if it's hard sometimes. And we should focus on making money. I'll tell you, if we focus, that's what whether you liked him or not, that's what President Trump taught everybody. People say it was peace through strength, but it was really peace through prosperity. It was peace through prosperity. Everybody was making so much doggone money. Who had time to fight?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Who wants to fight? You had Kim Jong-un over there. He was playing nice. You had, right now I feel like we need to call in our favorite basketball player, send him over there. We need an official visit from purple hair. What's his name? I really like that. I hate calling him.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
He's the man.
He's the man. I mean, isn't he like the best? He's like the highest ranked rebounder of all time. And if not, he's right up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
someone might have beat him. He's a
it's hard
beast.
To be that cool.
And he's a diplomatic machine.
Absolutely. Nobody's done it like him, that's for sure.
Nobody has done it like him. That is for sure. So pretty cool. And it's funny too, when we're running around like we do, that we end up in a place like this where stuff is happening, right? I mean, that's just life, right? So I fly into Dallas to meet with Justin Davis, who I'm going to bring on here in a few minutes, and some other guys. And wouldn't you know it, we have stuff going on. So pretty crazy. Let's look at huge pump in the markets yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And what there was a big dip Sunday night before this pump, so
people got wiped out.
Yeah.
Lots of liquidations, cascading liquidations. Everything's going down. It never, markets are very predictable in that way as well. They never go all one way. So if it's just going all one way, it's going to switch pretty soon, right? So it did. And I think that one of the big reasons is that they know that they're going to pass this big spending bill in Washington. So they're about to
sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Oh man, it's a good time. They're gonna be drinking
big
champagne.
Spending bills.
Oh, big spending bill. They got a big spending bills. They're gonna print up a bunch more bills. Gonna inflate your money.
Sounds like some of our women here. Can I have a big spending bill?
That's how they roll, man. And that's so. Whenever they're gonna print more money, you always see that nice big.
I think you froze on us. Seems to be on your end. Hopefully you come back here. Not sure if you're, yeah. Maybe I'll pump out one of these nice videos for you guys. Here you go, take a look.
It's an amazing community, and I talk about it around the world, and I'll say it again now, guys. We are the most powerful community in the world. Thank you, Bruce.
What we have here is a monetary revolution, and it's a peaceful revolution.
And it's not just crypto, but
Everything.
where if we don't free ourselves with a decentralized, permissionless blockchain, they're going to imprison us with a centralized, permissioned one. We have to do something. And if we don't do something, they're doing things. But we're saying, I'm going to hodl. We got to give some of those things we're hodling to the politicians so they like us.
And it's been going on for over a
I
decade
want to
now.
build a future we're all inspired to live in. That we understand the impact that we have on our planet and make sure that that's part of how we cost things on the immutable ledger of the blockchain. Blockchain is a way we make the world we want to live in accountable to the future generations that are right now going to be dependent on us making sure this planet's around for them to enjoy. And it's not so much the things that we can do with it that we need to be talking about right now. What we need to be talking about is the hard questions about what should we be doing with it. How do we solve human trafficking and human slavery with the blockchain? How is it that
There we are, Bruce.
There we are, a little in and out there. Was that just me, or was that you too?
It was on for me. I wasn't frozen. Not sure.
Oh, okay, so it just froze me. All right. So anyway, as I was saying, you need gold, you need crypto, and you need cash. No. So big pump yesterday. They know what's coming. They know that this big, huge spending bill is going to be approved, and they're going to mint a bunch more money. And so that's the way that goes. As well, we're driven by the military-industrial complex. I don't think the tunnel or the bomb had anything to do with it, and I don't know if it was bomb. Who knows? I'm not saying that it was, but yeah, crazy stuff. So big pump in the market. We hit some highs that we hadn't hit in a long time. I feel like, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're
way up there.
We're way up there. Right now, we're at 46.5 on Bitcoin. Dow futures are, let's look at our futures. Of course, it was almost a fake out yesterday. Let's see. Dow futures are, normally I would have a little bit more. Let's see here. Loading. Dow futures are loading. Dow futures are down about 100 points. So that's a little interesting. Crypto pumped pretty hard, and Dow futures down. Let's see here. Of course, I was traveling a bit yesterday. The Dow was up about 200 points yesterday. It looks like we might have a bit of a pullback today. That remains to be seen. If the money is being printed, though, we'll probably, I would say, have another update. Let's see here. Asian markets. The Nikkei is up about a point. Hang Seng is up a little bit. The Shanghai is up a little bit, pretty flat. The Nikkei is up. As I said, what do we have going on in the world? Other than, I don't even have to look at the rest of the world right now. Our own world is pretty crazy here. Michelle Obama is terrified of the election. Netanyahu wants the United Arab Emirates to pay for Palestinian unemployment benefits. Let's see here. We have Russia's nukes are armed. IDF strikes Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Well, peace is the way, guys. We want peace. That's what we need. Peace is the way. Remember, people all want the same thing. They want prosperity. They want a family, and they want stuff for their future generations. I got to play this because this is just one of the funniest stories. I feel like I'm going to ship.
Okay.
This is them arresting. So they're building the tunnels under the synagogues, and then how do I do this? I want to go full screen. Yeah. And anyway, they're arresting the guys. Anyway, maybe I won't show that. But yeah, pretty interesting that they're tunneling under the synagogues in New York. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good sign.
Does sound like some funny business.
Sounds like some funny business, David says. I agree with you, David. Yeah, lots of bombs here. A drone attack in Lebanon. Oh, wow. All right, I got to show this. Here we go.
You queuing it up?
Deep inside the tunnel. This is the tunnel network under the synagogue in New York City. Looks like the Limelight. Just kidding. If you know the Limelight, you know. Look at this though, huh?
Creepy.
That's not good. That's not good. So anyway, they refused to leave. They were trying to put up the wall and everything else and hide it. And of course, I guess the police went in there and then they wouldn't leave. So a bunch of them got arrested.
Wow.
I mean, come on. They're just building a man cave. Wow.
Yes. I wonder what the what they're charged with.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's bring on Matt. Matt, I think he's got some insight for us on this massive pump that we had yesterday. Mr. Dixon, the great Matt Dixon with Eve. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. All's good here. Good morning to everybody. Pleasure to be here again. So yeah, it's ETF day tomorrow, decision day, isn't it? So
yes.
Are we going to get the go ahead or not? What do you think?
Of course.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things, right? Big pump today, and then they might just short the heck out of it tomorrow, whether it goes or not.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Gensler has been against crypto, hasn't he, for so long? So who knows? I've been seeing this. It's actually not quite as nailed on as many of us hope. And I've heard maybe a 50-50 bet either way. So if it does go ahead, I don't doubt we'll get an immediate pump. I'll show you a chart in a moment where I expect it to go to. And if that happens, even if we get the go ahead, I think we will get some pullback after that because so much money has piled in the past weeks and months on speculation. And that's the way these things work. As we've said before, the old adage, buy the rumor, sell the news. And I don't doubt it'll probably be the same, although we might just get a little bit of a pump. You know, the potential is absolutely tremendous. So we're talking about, you know, possibly a couple of billion AUM coming into the market, into Bitcoin. Because initially it's only Bitcoin that they're looking at Bitcoin ETF. But down the line, towards the end of Q1, we could then be talking not just Bitcoin, but we could actually be talking about Ethereum being the next, and then maybe BNB and others further down the line. So here's the current chart. I assume you can see that now, can you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, great. So this is just the SPX. So you talked about these spending bills coming into play. Now we're at a real resistance here. This is a level which, from an 8-way perspective, if we exceed this level, then this count here is invalidated, and we could go much, much higher. And I've heard reports that if we get things continue to move nicely, the spending bills are passed, and everything moves ahead as we all hope, then there could be a potential massive pump, not just for crypto, but for conventional as well. So here we're talking S&P 500, the SPX. it is a big resistance, a big area of resistance here. We've got what's called bearish divergence, or actually hidden bearish divergence, which actually there's been a downtrend since the previous high back in January 2022. And overall, we're still in that downtrend because the price now is still lower than it was back then. So potentially this is telling us that we've got higher highs on RSI and lower highs on price. That's telling us of basically a continuation of this downtrend. So this is a real potential turning point. So we could see a sell-off. So if we get any bad news coming through from whatever source, and you just mentioned Hezbollah in the Middle East, I think that story isn't done and dusted yet. And I actually think there's potentially going to be a sort of confederacy of nations attacking Israel. If that's the case, we're going to see, big escalation there. We know America's involved. We know a lot of the other major powers are involved there. They've got interest there, and Russia and Iran have got interest there. So it's a real boiling pot there. Potential tensions there could drive oil prices through the roof. We looked at oil price, didn't we? And we saw, just to click on oil just momentarily, we saw oil has actually just ticked up a little bit. Whether that's to do with rising tensions there, I don't know. I mean, if I expanded that out a little bit, you'll see that the last candle over the last day, we got a substantial increase in oil price. So potentially that's a warning sign for us. And then let's just look at Bitcoin. It's been going crazy, hasn't it? So we're now at 46,567. That's the live price right now. It's pumped massively from that low price we had, the FTX crisis with Sam Bankman-Fried, with that big Ponzi scheme, effectively. That all falling to pieces. That's when Bitcoin bottomed at around 15,500. Since that, we've been rising steadily. And I've got here Fibonacci extension 1.618. That's that golden ratio, very, very important level here, where I've measured the price to here, transposed the Fib measurement to here, and the 1.618 is at just about that 50,000 level. That is going to be a key level for Bitcoin moving forward. So even if we get the go-ahead, I think that's going to create some substantial resistance short term. So we might see a short-term pump if we get the go-ahead to this level, but I do think there's probably likely to be some sort of reversal from there. However long-lasting that might be, if we get the go-ahead, I think overall this is good news for crypto. As I said, we've got other cryptos waiting for their approval, Ethereum just down the line. So potentially this is going to be a game changer for crypto, where we've had the retail pump to 69,000. We've had the pullback, and now we could get the institutional pump to who knows where. And the bets are that if we get the go-ahead over this year, throughout 2024, we could easily see a minimum 150,000 on Bitcoin. That's 3x from where we are. We could see more than that. We could see 250. The sky is the limit. And we're talking about within the first days of an approval, ETF approval, we could see $2 billion come into Bitcoin. And that's not massive, I suppose, when you look at the overall market cap of Bitcoin now. But in terms of additional new money coming in, it will make a substantial difference. And then other cryptos as well. And then just finally, we'll take a little bit of a look at the DXY dollar index. This is all important. It really does have an impact on what's happening with risk assets, because when there's risk in the world, people run away from risk assets like Bitcoin, crypto, and they run into the safe haven of the dollar and treasuries, short-term treasuries in particular. So that boosts the value of the dollar. So we can see here that the dollar has recently been rising a little bit, but this is quite an important channel that we have here. If we break above it, that is actually negative crypto. But if we touch the top of the trend line, if we bounce down from here, that's positive crypto. So the likelihood right now is that we could get the good go-ahead for ETFs. And this means a lot. We're going to get financial advisors all around the country in America being able to advise and put people's money into Bitcoin. This hasn't been possible in the past. So it really does open the floodgates. So don't know what you think, Bruce and David, but I think this is a real potential game changer. But be careful. the money, a lot of that loose money, a lot of that risk money has already come in there, and there might be a bit of profit taking initially. So it's not nailed on. It's going to come from here.
Well, and this guy, we have Gary Gensler. I mean, he's like he's almost like a made-for-TV villain, right? I mean, he looks like the villain guy from The Simpsons. I mean, like literally, he looks like the guy who owns the thing. I mean, I never watched The Simpsons that much, but I still in my mind see, and I guess I've seen the memes with showing him like that. So God only knows what he's going to do. Of course, from a lot of reports, he had money in the FTX, or he got paid by FTX. I don't know. I'm not saying that he did, but this is some of the reports I saw. So he's been a player in this market. I mean, whether you like it or not, or however you want to say it, the guy has been a player in what has happened over the market.
It actually brings his judgment into question. One of his arguments against Bitcoin has been, it's too volatile to have as a regulated asset, as within an ETF. But the reason it's so volatile is because it's not regulated, and we're crying out for regulation here, and they want more regulation. Put it within, have an ETF. Once you have an ETF, all this institutional money flows in. Then you will do away with a lot of the volatility. So his actual question is kind of backfiring on itself, that if the ETF is approved, then Bitcoin, yes, it might get a pump in price, but Bitcoin volatility moving forward will decrease, and it'll become much more of a secure asset and a store of value. So, his argument doesn't really stand up. And if he was involved in FTX, and don't forget, FTX pumped a lot of money into politics and politicians as well. And so there's a bit of an axe to grind there, a bit of potential bias there. So, these politicians often and usually don't make the right decisions. It's often motivated by something other than the good of the overall community. So I have my doubts. I hope it's approved. But if it's not, I don't think that's the end of it. I think it will be approved, because I think there's, actually think now we're beyond the point of no return, and I think that ETF approval will come, even if it's not tomorrow. But tomorrow is D-Day for, there's a big decision tomorrow. We'll get a yes or a no. That's going to affect markets in a big way. So watch out for volatility coming.
It's going to be volatile.
My gut instinct says a downturn on the markets in the next few months. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a no on the ETFs. But no doesn't always mean no. It means not yet. Like you're saying, it could turn over in the future.
Wise words. Yeah, that's right. No is not is just not yet. Probably, yeah, because I do think it will be coming. As I say, I think we're past the point of no return. But as I say, we've still got those geopolitical issues. We can't forget them. We've got to keep them at the back of our minds. Watch that as well. We don't know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's we don't know, and I wonder what it must feel like to be Gary Gensler right now. He knows there's millions and millions of people wondering what he's going to do. What's he going to do? What's he going to do tomorrow? He could just kick the ball again forward.
I mean, I'm assuming he's not allowed to take positions. I'm assuming, because he's got obviously massive inside information there, I'm assuming he's not allowed to take such positions.
Not allowed is, this is the United States, man. Not allowed was thrown out of the window a long time ago. Anyway.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Where there is a will, there is a way. So,
that's the only guaranteed way. The only guaranteed way to make money is to have inside information. Yes. It is the best way of all, and there's still a lot of loopholes. Friends who can do things for you. So I'm not suggesting that's the case with Gensler, but unfortunately, we still live in a corrupt world. Actually, Bitcoin, crypto, will be another big step in doing away with a lot of that corruption that there is, because there's a trail there. There's that, the blockchain. You can see who's done what. So maybe that's another reason people really don't want it. They don't want the spotlight on them. You mentioned about the limelight earlier on. They don't want the spotlight on them to actually show people what they're doing. So maybe that's why they don't want crypto and Bitcoin.
Well, it's going to be interesting. The thing that makes crypto, one of the things that makes Bitcoin and other cryptos and gold and silver and these things worth more money is the fact that they're not so easily inflated. If you have something like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Global Boost, and some of these other ones, you can't really inflate them at all. It goes less and less and less that they're producing all the time. Gold and silver, as you've talked about, we could feasibly find more. We could mine in space. We could do this, but it still is that costs a lot of money. It doesn't cost these guys any money to print more money. It actually costs you money every time that they print it. They don't even have to put it on the machine. They just make up the number in their computer. 90% of the US dollars are actually already digital. That's why I always talk about the CBDC as being a bit of a boogeyman for people. But well, interesting stuff, Matt.
Yeah,
I think
you got an interesting show ahead, haven't you? With what you've got? Are you doing interviews? What's going on with your show? Where you are?
I have Justin Davis. Actually, Justin, if you want to join me over here, I had this guy, Justin Davis. I tracked down the founder of this at Cost Metals. Hey, how are you? Hey, great, good. Good morning, Justin Davis. And he started this club at Cost Metals, and it's at costmetals.com. But if you go to atcostmetals.club, it forwards to my my referral. So that's where you should go. And then you can it forwards, and then you can click around and everything. But they're launching it. It's pretty cool. It's a club. So yeah. So yeah, we'll take it from here, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Great. Look forward to hearing from Justin. Very interested to hear about what you're about buying metals.
Buying metals, and it's worldwide. So we can do it in London and Dubai and everything. Just wait till he knows all the people that we know in Dubai too, right?
Fantastic.
Very good. Looking forward to it, guys.
I just met Ahmed bin Suleim this morning, the head of DMCC. So I'm sure you've met with him, and he's great guy to talk to. Handles the precious metals, gold, all sorts of things over here.
I wasn't going to drop his name, but absolutely, that's that's who I was thinking about. Ahmed, he's such a great guy, and he does such a good job over there, and he is the guy.
Yeah, Dubai Multi Commodities. What better?
Anyway, he is
over to you guys. Anyhow. Catch you
all
tomorrow.
Right, cheers.
Bye for now.
Big day tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Matt. Thank you.
So I have with me here Justin Davis, JD, as he goes by, and what we always talk about is that the different things that you need in order to keep yourself safe during these times. And one of the things that we talk about is, of course, metals. You need gold, you need silver, you need coins, and even like if you're watching, talked about how the coins end up being worth money, thousands of years later. And your paper money, there's one thing that we can pretty much guarantee, and that's that your paper money will go to zero at some point. It might be next year, it might be 10 years from now, it might be 100 years from now, but that paper money is going to be worthless at some point. So, Justin, thanks for coming on. It's early here in Texas, but thanks for coming and meeting us. Tell us a little bit about At Cost Metals and why you started it.
Well, first and foremost, we're a new company. At Cost Metals really says a lot about what we do. We sell precious metals as a dealer, and we have subscribers, members, and for our members, we sell it at cost. So whatever it costs us as a dealer to buy it, that's the same price that our customers get to buy it for. And, there's really no magic to it. It just, it's a very simple process of interfacing directly with the largest buyers in the world, largest sellers in the world. And through the technology and the API connections, it's a very seamless process where our customers get that pricing. We forego that markup in order to aggregate all the customers. And it's really a win-win for everybody.
So pretty cool. So tell us a little bit about how it normally works. So somebody wants to go and buy some coins, or the silver bar, or some of the other stuff that you normally sell. And how do they normally do that?
I would say a typical situation would be they go to their local gold and silver shop, maybe a pawn shop. Costco and Walmart have entered the arena for precious metals. Certainly a ton of places to purchase online. All of those would be extremely typical, from the pawn shop pricing to Costco pricing. The difference with us at Cost is, of course, we're online and we're global, but we have no markup. So it really doesn't matter where you shop or who you're looking at or who you've been.
Okay, we're back. All right, good. I was about to reload it. And I just want to say to everybody as well, @costmetals.club is my referral. It's @costmetals.com is the main site. .club sends you right to my referral link. My referral is clubs with an S, and but it sends you right to the .com, and then you can click around there and see the videos and everything else. But I just want to be clear about that. Obviously, if you get in, you should get in with us because we're going to be working hard at it. We're here, flew out. As soon as I found out about this, I thought this is the coolest thing. And this is exactly what everybody needs. This is exactly what everybody needs. They're about to inflate our money again. They're going to, I think it's a $1.6 billion or $1 trillion deal. So you can expect that your taxes are going to go up, because they're going to want, it seems to me that the amount of money that Congress likes to spend, that's how much they like to bring in taxes. But then they print up more for everything else, all the wars and everything else. So you're about to get inflated again as they do it. And, the markets are pumping. And of course, the ETF has to do with that as well. But you have something that, so people go, they buy it. The dealer has a markup. And then that's the way it works. So how are you able to do it without marking it up?
Well, we don't put a markup on the bullion, but we do have a membership. So if you were to go to Sam's Club or Costco, you pay a membership. But just imagine if you were to get your groceries at cost, that the difference is averaging about 15%, even as high as 19% in a lot of cases. So if you have the ability as a technology person, as a technology company, which is what we are, we look at precious metals more like a service. We can get you precious metals at cost, and always small annual or 18-month subscription. It's your choice. So for $149, you can buy all the metal that you want at cost. You can have it shipped at cost, or you can store it in our vault. Or it's a third-party vault that we work with, a very large, safe, secure vault, and have it stored there at cost, and then ship in the future, or even sell it back at the push of a button. So not only is it at cost pricing, but we have a very, very high buyback price as well. So for people in other countries that they may not be comfortable with taking physical delivery for whatever reason, or even here in the States, if they don't want to take physical delivery, you're literally talking pennies to store massive amounts of metal. And with the push of a button, you could sell it back at a high buyback price. So it's really best of both worlds there.
Well, so that is pretty interesting. So you can sell it back as well.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
There's a nice video on the site. If you click around on the site, and it shows if you bought a 1 ounce silver coin.
You're talking about the graded numismatics?
Once a month or something if you do it. How much money you have?
That would, for most people. I won't give the spoiler out, but if you were to collect graded coins over the years, especially since 1986, the Silver Eagle is the example that we use, the U.S. Mint 1 ounce Silver Eagle. The numbers on what silver was over the years versus having a graded numismatic of that same coin will really blow your mind. So there's a lot of fun things that we do. Primarily, it's a buying club for precious metals. With everything that's happening that you guys talk about on this show, with inflation and wars and politics, etc., it was really a requirement, a necessity on my heart to open this at Cost Metals for everyone that thinks the same way that we do. So,
well, it's pretty interesting. Like I said, so as soon as I heard about it, I said, all right, this is cool. My good friend, Jared Arms, he received back in the day before we started doing the galas, we also had the award of the Washington Elite, but we gave it for it was a little different. And then we started doing the galas and everything else, and everybody started wearing tuxedos, and it became more and more. But I think Jared might have been the first one to win. Jared Arms calls me up. He said, Bruce, you got to take a look at this thing. I think this thing is cool. I think it's right up your alley. And I said, okay. I took a look at it, and I thought it was really cool. Now we are in pre-launch.
That's pre-launch.
That's the other thing that's really cool about it. And I got to get over and talk to him. He said, Bruce, this is a busy week. And I said, I know. That's why I got to get over there, man. So talk to us about that.
Pre-launch. So I've been in metals for a very long time, well over 20 years. And the idea of what we're doing, you really could not have done it 20 years ago. In 2009, I did start, a predecessor of where we're at now at Cost Metals. But the technology behind it is so seamless and it's so straightforward. We are in pre-launch. It's a new company. It's not a new idea, but we do have the ability to really make this as big as we want. So right now it's U.S. and a lot of countries that are high technology countries where that works. But bringing it, some aspect of what we do that I think is really important. The digital vault. It's a digital and physical vault. So with a customer that wants to buy $5 worth of gold, for example, you can do that. You actually own $5 worth of gold, and you can sell it back. Similar to a Robinhood situation, where if you have Robinhood, you can do the trading that you want. But to buy $5 worth of gold and to sell $5 worth of physical gold, not ETF, but actual gold, to a lot of people around the world, that's kind of a game changer. And then when you have the ability to still make a referral commission, an affiliate commission, everybody's doing it. Amazon, Walmart, your dentist, your real estate agent, everybody does it. It's a good thing. You're not asking people to spend more. You're not asking people to try a vitamin or, some kind of, something that they don't necessarily do.
Soaps.
Pills, potions,
so there you go.
Yeah. You're asking people to save money. You're asking people to take control of their financial existence, their future, their children's livelihood. There's a lot going on right now economically, and precious metals, we're laughing, we're having fun, but it's important. It's important.
It is really important. And so the vault is interesting as well. So now if I buy it, I can, do I have to keep it in the vault?
No.
Okay. How does that work?
Well, the way it works is pretty simple. It's very straightforward. A customer of ours will buy a membership, fund their account, because there's risk to a company if someone says, I'd like to buy $1 million worth of metal, and they never pay for it. So the way that we've overcome that barrier is fund the account, and then you can use the shopping cart, which has, eagles, maples, 10-ounce bars, 100-ounce bars, generic rounds, all the normal stuff that people buy. Use the shopping cart and place your order. And once that order is locked in, it actually makes payment at the same time. So we interface with our vendors, payment, locking in the order, and then paying for the order all happens at the same time. And you have the option to have it shipped at cost or stored in the vault. And if you store it in the vault, it's really just push a button to sell it. It's physical metal. Everybody gets their own SKR, safekeeping receipt. And it is best case scenario on all fronts for owning precious metals. It's the best price. Shipping's at cost. The vault is at cost. You can buy it fractionally. You can sell it back at a very high buyback price, or you can take possession of it at your convenience, whatever you want to do.
Well, it's really cool. And that's why I flew out here. I said, okay, let's talk. Because I wanted to meet you in person before the launch and everything. And right now you can sign up pre-launch. You exactly how he said, you fund it in order to get your position there, and then you can buy from there. And that's exactly how it works. So you fund the money in there, and then once that money's in there, you can obviously, once things go live, you can fill up your shopping cart and everything like that. So I know it's tricky, man. I've started a couple companies myself. I'm sure you have too.
Mm-hmm.
How is the tech and stuff going?
The tech's great. The best part about what we're doing is we're not trying to figure out what we want to do.
Okay.
It's only a matter of completing this process. So it wasn't very long ago that my partner and I, Troy LeCoe, decided to start this company.
Yep.
And had a really strong idea of what we wanted to do with the affiliate program. We already knew exactly who our vendors would be, a little bit of new tech for vaulting and reporting, real-time reporting 24/7. So it's really just been a matter of getting it done. I've been in metals. It couldn't be any more second nature to me in terms of, products and vendors and shipping. So it's just been a matter of time, and we're running out of things to make perfect.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now.
So that's where we're at. So of course it's at costmetals.club. That's going to take you to my referral link. But if you click around there, it takes you right into, it points right to @costmetals.com. You can look at some of the videos they have there. One of the ones we talked about is the compounding. If you bought, one of these ounces of silver, whatever it was that you exactly was.
Numismatic.
The numismatic every month, I think, over the last 10 or 20 years, you spent about 37 grand and you would have about $800,000. So, we talk a lot about dollar cost averaging on this show, whether you're buying in crypto or whatever else you're doing, right? Dollar cost averaging is a very good strategy. And so this really sets you up where you can dollar cost average into this. Now, I think personally, and I would be interested in your take as well, that we are at a point where we're not going to have a pullback on the dollars of things. I don't think the prices are going down. I think at this point, we're at a point where they're going to keep printing money. I don't think they can do anything other than print more money. What are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't expect much to change. What is today, the 8th? At least 363 days.
Today's the 9th.
The 9th, okay.
For 300,
yeah, something around that. Just my personal opinion. The next year will definitely be what I can guarantee is there's going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty. Some big surprises. It could get really bad, and it could not be that bad, but it's definitely going to be far from perfect, and it will be far from not having to worry about money.
So tell me a little bit about your history. I know you've been in the metals business for a while. I think you worked with your father. You worked with your father. Tell me a little bit of the history of how you got into this.
I started buying metal as a teenager. Okay. It was overpriced, and I didn't know any better. And I really just kind of worked my way up the chain of, finding better vendors, better situations as a consumer and collector of metal. Had a short time with Mutual of New York and transitioned from there into software development, more from a project management role, but always owning the software and working with direct sales companies, normal mom and pop style companies, and then graduated to bigger and bigger companies, oil and gas accounting, etc. So having a strong desire to go into the medical industry, I was all set. I wanted to be a surgeon, and was, had that all lined out, but the math on it didn't work. I was like, okay, you live for this much time, and that would mean this much more schooling, and you end up in huge amounts of debt just to graduate, and that math did not work out well for me. I did not foresee that. So I found metal, I found software, and servicing network marketing companies, affiliate marketing companies has been fun, but there's a lot that you learn, not only different styles of compensation plans and all the different things that they do, but really probably the best lesson that I've taken from that is what not to do. You've got to eliminate greed. You've got to be straightforward. You've got to take care of your affiliates. You've got to take care of your customers. You have to have a scenario where it has to make sense for the customer, right? Because it all starts with the customer. If our customers can buy precious metals at cost, and it does not matter where else they shop, if we beat that price, then all of a sudden you're taking an entire sector of people that don't really think about affiliate marketing. They're at least open to the idea of sharing what we do, and earning a very fair affiliate compensation plan. And all of a sudden you've got a vicious cycle, or a beautiful cycle of new customers coming in. We sell a lot of metal. Our affiliates get paid because they're spreading the word, and that cycle continues over and over. So that's what we're expecting. If we get a million customers the first month, so be it. I think that's a fantastic situation. If it takes a year, that's okay too.
Well, that's pretty cool. And guys, you can sign up right now. There's no cost to sign up. Of course, if you want to get your position, of course, then you have to fund the account. But I would recommend. I know a lot of there's a lot of people that may be watching that have done some stuff. So let's talk a little bit about that as well. With the affiliate marketing, the network marketing part of it. A lot of people don't know, but that's how not eBay, PayPal was back in the day. That's how they started.
Oh, yeah.
People don't remember it. I'm old, so I remember. But that's how it started. That's how people set up their PayPal accounts. You referred a friend, and I guess you got $5 or something like that. I don't remember.
It's hard to come across any company that does not have some kind of affiliate program.
Right.
If you go to your local dentist, it says, hey, refer a friend and we'll give you a free teeth cleaning. Right. Things like that. Amazon, Walmart, it's all affiliate marketing now. And that's because it works.
Yep.
A company, if you were selling cars, for example, the best way to advertise is to tell all your customers, hey, if you know someone buying cars, send them our way. We'll give you oil changes for a year.
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Because that kind of marketing works.
So as it's set up, this is, if you're familiar with how these things work, this one is a binary. So you two, and then of course you personally sponsor and everything like that. These types of things can be pretty explosive.
They can, depending on the type of compensation plan, affiliate plan. The way that we set ours up is really geared for the average network. Okay, so if you make a referral, it's amazing. Some companies don't even pay you for that because there's so many smoke and mirrors behind it. But with us, if you make a referral, you get paid. We call it a direct commission. If you want to take it a step further and build a team of affiliates, then we pay a team cycle. The smallest amount that you could earn there is $500, which is very significant. With 2 referrals, you can make max at $104,000 a year. So addition to what you're doing now, for a couple of referrals, it could turn into something really huge. The max that it could pay out on, one, what we call a tracking center, is $30,000 a week. And the best part about the binary is that volume is shared. So if I were to make you as a referral and you were to come on this show, everything that you did on this show would count towards my volume also. So it's really best case scenario. We've got a direct, we've got team cycles, we've got a matching bonus that for people that go out and share. I don't know why you're laughing right now.
Oh, my brother said smile.
Oh, okay. That's funny. So we've got a direct commission. We've got a team commission. We've got 10% match for people that go out and really position themselves as an educator or a leader. You get a 10% match of your direct referrals. And then, this is something that I think we're very proud of. I'm very proud of it. We introduced something to a compensation plan that I don't think has ever been done before, ever, in any company, anywhere. So at this point, most of us have heard the term master distributor.
Yes.
Okay. With master distributors, you love them, you hate them. It goes all different ways. A lot of people will join because of a certain master distributor, and a lot of people will stay away from it because of that same master distributor. So I was talking with my partner. I said, let's figure out a way around that. What I'd like to do, and what we've done, is eliminate that position.
Right.
Eliminate that title, and just make it simple. We said, okay, here's a tracking center that aggregates commissions and everything. I said that's a placeholder, and we're going to take all the commissions that position tracking center earns. We're going to chop it up and we're going to split it among all the people at this certain rank. So we've got 3 ranks. They're all pretty simple, but if you're a gold, then you're going to get 1 out of 12 or 1 out of 50 or 1 out of 500, however many people are at that rank. Then we'll just pay that.
Right.
So that was a really fun way to avoid the blessings and pitfalls of having a master distributor. But it goes to show where our mindset is. Take the average person that wants to make referrals for precious metals at cost, and help them elevate wherever they're at. A lot of our customers are already multimillionaires. Some of them are flat broke that say, hey, I got to make a change.
Well, it's pretty interesting too. And one of the I guess pitfalls of these things is a lot of times they pay out too much money.
Sure.
People don't realize it. You get a young guy who's or whatever, inexperienced person who's green behind the ears, and they put this comp plan together, and then they don't even realize that they're paying out too much money until it's too late. And you've put some safeguards into that. There's a cap on how much can be paid out by the company. It's all in the contract and everything else. Maybe touch on that.
Sure. Well, you've got to be straightforward. People need to know, okay, if I do this, what can I make, and what could I expect to make? 2 referrals, I wouldn't expect to make $104,000, but it's certainly possible. I know you're well on your way of doing that. But yes, there is a lot. You talk about what could happen in precious metals. It's real money. It's real assets. I've learned that probably the hard way and know it better than most. So the technology to go into an affiliate program is paramount. The processes, not just the technology, but the processes of how you deliver metal and how you take orders, even before that transaction occurs, how that all starts is critical.
Yep.
So, when I very first started doing metals, it was early 30s, and it turned into something massive.
Yeah.
Global customers, tons of metal, not figuratively, actually tons of metal. And, there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to do it. And anything other than doing it perfectly is the wrong way.
Well, there you have it, folks. So we have, thank you again for spending another hour with us here on Money in the Morning, Impact Live, Money in the Morning. Justin Davis, the founder of At Cost Metals. That's atcostmetals.com. Of course, my referral link forwards there from atcostmetals.club. This, I think, is a very important situation for people to diversify, like we always talk about. You want crypto, you want metal, and you want cash. We don't know. These are uncertain times. Thanks for coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
atcostmetals.com.
Justin Davis, JD. See you guys soon. David, thanks, sir.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Your voice is powerful. When combined with social engagement, it's a force for change. Decentralized media paired with free speech is the catalyst for an empowered world and a unified, invaluable ecosystem. Join Global Boost, become a champion of free speech, and help to reshape the future of media.